please post it in a chat window. I'll try to answer as much as I could. This whole session will be in English, and maybe next year I'll be able to present in Spanish. So thank you so much. So let me share my screen and start my presentation here. So before we start, I would like to introduce a feature which you might already know, but I thought I'll just let you know if you can look into it. So there is a feature called here, language and speeches. So if you want to, if you have that license and if you want to enable that feature, you can enable that feature with the live caption and you can choose the appropriate language. So if you want to use that feature to translate my English into the Spanish and want to have it for your reference, you can do that too. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me properly before I proceed with my presentation? Just say thumbs up on your screen and I should be able to move it forward. All right, perfect. So thank you for coming and joining the community days of Aguascalientes. I'm not sure if I have it pronounced correctly or not, but please bear with me. So today's agenda, I'm going to talk about AI-powered project management with Copilot and Copilot Studio. And I would like to begin my session by thanking all the sponsors, Lighter, In-Depth, and Pro. Also, all the supporters and from this slide. So I'm Samir Makwana. A quick introduction about myself. I'm Microsoft certified trainer and a solution architect and a global speaker. My area of expertise are Copilot Studio, Microsoft 365, cybersecurity, automation, and custom software solution. This is my LinkedIn QR code and some of my contact details if you guys want to connect with me later on and have any question regarding my session or any of this product. And I would like to communicate with you as well so that I can improve my Espanol. Hope to talk to you afterward the session as well. So aim for this session is to promote the use of Copilot or Copilot Studio in a project management space. And the approach we're going to take for this session is we're going to start with the introduction, and then there will be 4 demos throughout the session. The first demo will be Copilot in Teams. The second will be Copilot in Microsoft Planner. Another one will be Copilot in Whiteboard, which is interesting. And the last one, which is a custom agent I'm trying to build. It's still under proof of concept, but I hope that will also help you define project management office support, a Copilot Studio agent interacting with Microsoft project, right? So I don't have any specific Q&A section in my session today, so feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions or have any queries, or post it in a chat window and I'll be happy to assist you further, okay? So let's start with what is project management and what is the challenges we are seeing in a current world. So based on the project managers I work with or business analysts I work with, most of them spend more than 20 hours a week on a repetitive task, and Copilot and automation can significantly boost their productivity. And understanding their challenges is the key to finding the solution. That's what I believe. And that's where Microsoft Copilot helps specifically project managers on working on those tasks which can be handled very effectively to improve their productivity. So let me tell you what different Copilot can help project managers to enhance their productivity and enhance their game of project management. So Copilot in Teams can help them generate notes, can also help them list their tasks and much more. Most importantly, when a project manager have Microsoft Copilot licenses assigned to them, they can use Microsoft Copilot Teams, and whatever the interaction they made with their Copilot in Teams during the meeting, it stays only visible to themselves, not to other people in that meeting. So for example, if I go to my Teams right now, I have a Copilot option here. And if I click on it, right now, I'm not the organizer, so I cannot see it here. However, if organizer allows to record or do the transcription of this session, then I can go and I can have all those Copilot in Teams features enabled and available to me as a project manager to use it. And I'm going to demo that in my session as well. Okay. However, there are some requirements for licensing for Copilot in Teams as well. One of the most important pieces is you should have at least E3 or E5 or Microsoft Premium license for your Teams. On top of that, you need to have Microsoft 365 Copilot license as an add-on. But only having a license will not going to help you achieve what you need as a project manager to make your Teams meeting more productive. So to do that, you need to make sure as an organizer, you need to be a presenter or the organizer or whoever the presenter and organizer should enable transcript on those meetings. And then after you can use those transcript in your Copilot of Teams to do different things. For example, you can write to Copilot saying, can you recap my meeting so far? Can you create a list of action items from that meeting? You can also ask Copilot to generate list of main ideas discussed during that call, and many more. But my favorite is to list out all the unresolved questions during that meeting, right? So let's jump on a demo for the Copilot in Teams. Now, as I'm already on a call with you, I need to use a different account to start a meeting with the Copilot. So what I'm going to do is I have a user here, which is Microsoft Defense 365, and I have scheduled a meeting with another user, which is Samir, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to join this session. Join this meeting. I'm going to use a browser instead. I'm going to go to the meeting invite I have in my calendar. I'm going to join the meeting there. And now I'm going to join the meeting from another user and see if that helps. something wrong with it. But what I'm trying to show you is you need to make sure in your meeting, you need to start transcription, which we need to do to allow Microsoft Teams Copilot to help the project manager to have that, so that Copilot of Teams can help generate list of ideas, generate a notes from that meeting, and so on. So eventually, let's say if I join the same meeting, let's say let me see if I can join from my mobile for the same user. And if I can have two calls at the same time, which I highly doubt, but just give me a minute and let me see what I can do here. Are you still able to see my screen? If you can, please say thumbs up on your, so I know you guys are seeing it. All right. Thanks, Luis. Okay. So somehow I'm not able to show what it looks like, but let me join this meeting invite. Let me share one screenshot rather to show you guys how it looks like, okay? Let me share my screen. Okay, let me go back here quickly and make the other user as a presenter. Make a presenter, change. All right, now let me go back to this and see if I can present. Yeah, I can present my screen. Share screen without audio, start broadcast. So let me know if you're still able to see my screen and able to hear me. Right? Are you? Please. Okay, perfect. So this is from my phone, but what I'm trying to show you guys here is there is an option here for Copilot, right? There is an option here. So as you can see, my transcripts are enabled. I am the presenter, and I want to use a Copilot here, as you can see. And now, as soon as I'm doing it, it's trying to recap the meeting so far for me, right? And you can see what exactly it's trying to do. It's trying to do whatever I'm trying to talk on the call. It's trying to demonstrate and define the key topics out of it. Now, if I need to put a list of action items, as you can see here at the bottom, if I click on it, it will generate list of action item, which I don't have any right now. So, and my meeting is not that informative so far, but if it is real production meeting, then you might see more details from here. But important thing to note here is there are different options here. Explain the Copilot options in details. What do you got? What are the technical difficulties faced? Recap the meeting so far. Also, I can write down what are the unresolved issues. Let's see. It might not. So it might not pull unresolved issues, but If there is one or two, it should result, it should pop out that information as well. So let's talk about one of the unresolved issue. Copilot in Teams cannot change the background of the meeting. That is one of the unresolved issue, I would say, to find out. And now if I type that thing again, list unresolved issues, it should pull that information out. I hope so. So let's see how it looks. As you can see, it was pretty effective. So let's say throughout the meeting, let's say there is a 90 minutes meeting or 1 hour meeting, and you are the project manager. If you need to not only recap your meeting, but also list out the action items, list out the unresolved issues, right? This is the place which you can leverage the Copilot in Teams to have all those information in one place. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Just to show you how it looks like, I'm just gonna show you the screenshot which I have, and it might able to help you understand what are the options you can see by default in a Microsoft Copilot prompt. And I'm gonna put this in a chat window as well, so that you have it handy. Okay. Are you guys able to see, still see and hear me? If you do, please do the thumbs up. Just want to make sure the stream my session going well. All right, thank you. Perfect. So as you can see on the screen, it's not only recap of meeting so far, but you can have a list of action items during the call itself. You can have what questions are resolved, a list of main ideas discussed, and also it can help you generate the meeting notes. So let's go back to the screen where I was presenting, and let's generate the notes list. Summarize. Let's see, I did a typo while I typed summarize the meeting, but let's see what it says. So as you can see right now, it has summarized so many points so far, starting with show how to use Copilot recap meetings, highlighted feature, list of issue unresolved, technical demonstration, general observation, questions and interaction, and next step, right? So basically it's going to use the recording or the transcript feature which you enable on your Teams meeting, and it's going to leverage with the Copilot to summarize or the prompt which you give it to that user. Okay, so it's really helpful if as a project manager to use that, right? So I'm going to leave this call, the demonstration, so we can all right, so I'm back, and now I'm going to continue with the next slide. So there are many tools as a project managers you can leverage. The one which I just showed you, Microsoft Teams. The next one is Microsoft Planner and Microsoft Project. So Microsoft Planner and the project are the main tool, or I would say the important tools which project manager uses day in, day out, right? So what's the difference between Microsoft Planner and Project? So Microsoft Planner is more a light and easy to use and hands-on tools, which doesn't require any complex project management skills. Whereas if you have a project which required more complex and detailed task management, I would prefer or suggest teams to use Microsoft Project. So the difference between them, let me show you quickly. So Project Planner looks like this. The I'm just showing you so the people who haven't seen that before can see it, right? So project planner look like this, where you have all your tasks. There are different baseline. There are different kind of boards you can change. There's a graph. You can view the chart. You can see who all are engaged into that specific project plan and the goals and so on, right? Whereas Microsoft Project is a different tool altogether. It's a desktop-based application for more advanced tasks, such as you can see in the screen right now, it's a Project Professional. It's a desktop-based application where you can have more advanced tasks, which is done, and more integration and more detail of tasks can be achieved, right? But I have two demos for you guys today. One with the Microsoft Planner, how we can leverage Copilot in Planner to enhance and productivity for the project planner, for project managers. And then I'm going to show you how we can use Copilot Studio and Power Automate workflow to automate some of the tasks if project manager is using SharePoint as a document library and hosting their project as a Microsoft project into the SharePoint document library, right? So let's go back here and let's start with Copilot for Project Planner. And I'm sorry, there's a slide change in the sequence. I'll come back to the whiteboard afterwards, but let's talk about the Copilot for Planner so far. So Copilot for Planner is right now in preview, at least for my tenant. And for that, to enable the Copilot for Planner or to leverage it with the full functionality and preview, you should have a license for Planner and Project Plan 3 or Plan 5, right? It's a premium license. So the key features you're going to get with that is it's a task automation you can get, like generate a task and goal based on your project needs. It can also help you track multiple plans with a unified timeline. It can also help you restructure or create a breakdowns within your project plan. And on top of it, it helps you create, understand and summarize your existing plans, goals, and tasks. And also help you create different buckets if you need, right? So without further ado, let me jump on a demo of your Copilot in Project Planner, and let's see how it looks. So if you have Microsoft Planner app in your Teams, you can publish it like this here, you pin up here, and once you have it there, you can click on My Plans. You can create a new plan. And now, as you can see, there are two kind of template I can get. One is basic and one is premium. So as I have Microsoft Planner or Project Plan 3, right? Or if you have a Plan 5, you can have premium templates. And that's where Microsoft Copilot for Planner right now is available, at least in my tenant, to use it with the premium features. So the one which I'm going to use is, there are different templates. The one which I'm going to use this is event planning. As you can see that it's a premium template. Let's consider we're going to have one more community days next year in Mexico City. And I'm going to use this template to plan that event. So I use this template. I'm going to say community days Mexico City 2026, right? And I say click create. So right now it's creating a base template with the basic information what you need, right? Regarding the event and programming, like campaign, what you need to do during event, post event, and so far, right? However, how can I leverage Copilot to do more on this, right? So if you see here, I clicked on a Copilot icon and you can see it's showing in a preview right now. And there are different options available to me to use, right? And there are different prompts are here to available to use as well. So let's look at few of the prompts. One of the prompt is create a plan. If you want to create a marketing plan or advertisement plan for your event, right? Then you can have it here too. If you want to add some more tasks regarding engaging speakers or attendees or the guests, then you can have it here too. If you want to create a goal to achieve 85% of success rate, then you can have those goals defined as well. Even you can create different bucket, right? So let's add some task just for a demo purpose. So add a task or social media management to right? And I said send. Let's see what it says. So let's see what task it has been added. So you can see here the social media content. Yep, these are the task has been added. Now, if I need to put some more task, can you assign it to Samir Makwana? Assign social media task to Samir Makwana. Let's see if it assigns to Samir Makwana. I can do that right now. That's okay. As I said, there are some, it's in the preview, and there are some things which it cannot do, and there are some things it can do. So let's see what else we can do here. So who is working on the plan? Right now, there is no team member assigned to this plan, and that might be the reason it was not allowed to add any task to that specific member. So let's see if I can add any member to that team, okay, before we go further. So you are add member. So if I go here, Samir, I have added that. Okay, it's not allowing me to do that, but let's see if I can find any other group which I can add here. So I don't have any group here right now, but basically if you have any group of users who are part of a specific project, let's say this event management, and if you have a group for that, you can add them here. And once you add it, hopefully you can use the Copilot to assign them to the respective task. But let's say if I want to go ahead and summarize what is there. Because each of these items for the project managers is important when the leadership or the team members ask for their insight on existing project plan. It's very important for project managers to go ahead and look into that and generate those details and data for respective stakeholders. And when you have multiple projects in your bucket and you're managing many of the projects and plans, so it's a very time consuming process for project managers and the business analysts to create such details on the fly. And that's where the co-pilots in Planner can literally help them build this. Let me try one last thing before we move on to the next demo and the slide. Okay, so as you can see, it says the plan is Microsoft Community Days Mexico City 2026. It's managed by me or this user. The plan aims to organize a successful event and the various tasks. Plan starts on 27th and ends on June the 10th. The duration date is this, which is wrong. It should not be that. We can demo that as well. But there are some important buckets which you should be look at, and that's what it has summarized here for us. Now, before we jump on the next demo, I would like to create a plan from the blank and see if that helps us create it. So Microsoft Community Days. Mexico 2026. Create. And I'm creating with a blank template. And I'm going to leverage Copilot. I'm going to say create a plan, right, for Microsoft Community Events for Mexico to deliver full day workshop session in Spanish and English. Also include plan for social media, marketing, add start date as tomorrow and end date as 2 months from start date, and also have some color coding for each the task. Let's see how it goes. So right now, I'm not using a default template. I'm using a blank template with the Copilot in Planner to generate the whole plan for me. So I'm asking to add some more subtasks for project. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So far, so it hasn't done any color coding. Also, it hasn't done any assign to or quick look or something. But if I go to the view board, I can see it has created different bucket. The bucket for workshop planning, session planning, and social media marketing, right? So when you're launching a new project and you want to create a plan, this is a very important tool for you to start working on it. And it's not only your event planning, it could be your technical project. It could be Microsoft 365 migration project. It could be Microsoft Copilot project. It could be security project. It could be your development, software development project. It could be anything, okay? So now let's go back to the presentation and continue with our session. So the next one is how we can use different tools like a Copilot Studio, Power Automate to manage project web app, which is nothing but your project Microsoft project on a desktop and hosting that Microsoft project web app in a SharePoint, right? And how we can do that. So as you can see in the deck in the screen right now, I have created a small proof of concept where I'm going to use Teams to interact with the Copilot Studio agent, where I'm going to say, okay, can you help me create a task in specific project? And it will ask me a few details. And based on my details, it's going to trigger a Power Automate workflow to interact with the project web app. And it will going to create those tasks under specific project web app. So without further ado, let's jump on the demo. So before we go and start doing it, as you can see, this is the at the top here, service desk software development project. It's in a read-only mode. And this is a project professional. And as you can see, there are 99 tasks are created. And I'm going to create some more tasks here as well. So I'm going to close this. And we're going to reopen that again just to see if the new task we created through saying Copilot Studio, it showed up into that project manager, project professional or not. And to start with, if I go back to my Microsoft Teams, and as you can see, I have already published that PMO support Copilot Studio agent in my Teams. And you can see it's built using Microsoft Copilot Studio, and it completes different tasks. So I'm gonna say restart so that I can restart the whole session and chat with it. And the first thing I'm gonna ask is, how help me create a task, right? Now, there are so many projects in my organization, and I don't remember exact project name where I want to create the task for. So I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know the name of the project where I want to create a task for. And it says, let me find all available projects name for you to choose from. And as you can see, it has returned two names for me. One is Service Desk Software Development, and another is a software project for demo. Now, the formatting for this POC is not that great, but you can use adaptive cards to show it more appealing and user-friendly, right? So I'm just I copied that project name, and I'm going to enter it here. And now Copilot Studio is going to trigger a Power Automate flow to process my request further. So it's asking me to enter the task name. I'm going to say event planning task for MS Community Days, Aguascalientes 2025. And it's going to ask me the notes, what I want to use it for. This is a demo task to show how Copilot Studio Agent works with Power Automate to create a task in Power, not Power, but Project Web App. So enter the start date. I would say Sunday this week, or I would say next or Monday next week. Monday next week. And I'm gonna put what is the end date. Now, end date of the task, I would say let's run this task for 2 weeks. So I enter 2W here, and now it's gonna work on the task creation and gonna let me know when it is done. So it says the task is created successfully, and it's gonna tell me if I want to do something else on this or not. So now I don't want to do anything else to do here, but I'm going to go back to that project professional. I'm going to open up my project plan again, and I'm going to see if this task was really created in a backend or not. So you see it's loading up. I'm going to move this up a bit so that it is much clearer. I'm going to expand this so you can see more details. I'm going to expand this as well. I'm going to expand this as well so we can see more details. And as you can see, the last task was created, event planning task for MS Community Days, Aguascalientes, 2025. And you can see the start date of Monday. As I said, next week, Monday. It has taken that, and it has taken 2 weeks from there, so which is 13th of June, 2025. And you can see the notes here. Whatever the note I put into the task, you can see that here as well. This is the demo task, show how Copilot Studio Agent work with the Power Automate to create a task in Project Web app, right? However, I can use this project management office support to help new business analysts as well as new project managers to help them align with the standards we are using in our organization for the project management. So I'm going to ask, can you provide some project management guidelines and see what it helps? Because I have already feeded that knowledge into this Copilot Studio agent, so it should be able to provide me the outcome with some project management guidelines and see if it can help the new project managers joining the organization so that we can have standards for the project management across the organization. All right, it has responded back. As you can see, it's saying some project management guideline, what you should do. There should be initiation phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring phase, and so on. So let's see if I want to ask more about, let's say, project charter. Please provide more details on project charter. Let's see what it says. Yep, project charter should have project title, project objective, scope, stakeholders, resources, timeline, and budget, right? And as you can see, all of this being pulled from the knowledge I've given to this project management support Copilot Studio agent, right? So that's really important to know what other tools are available for us to use it. But before we go further, I would like to show you the Copilot in whiteboard as well, because I find personally it's really important when you are on an initiation phase and having lots of ideas to brainstorm and prepare a project plan or come on a board and discuss any ongoing issues, and you want to summarize those things. Once you finish your whiteboarding, it's very important to help that Copilot to help you summarize what you have done so far, right? So as you can see, to have a Copilot in whiteboard, we just need a Microsoft 365 Copilot license as an add-on for your E3, E5, or business standard or premium license, what you have, right? So without further ado, let's jump on a demo. Let me show you quickly how the Copilot Studio, Copilot looks like in your whiteboard. So I'm gonna create a new whiteboard. And as you can see here at the right bottom corner, it's asking me to use a Copilot. So I'm going to use a Copilot, uh, build a brain, build a plan, or to implement Microsoft Copilot in either government or enterprise, considering data security and user privacy. All right, so I'm just going to give them a prompt and let's see what it does for me. I know we have 15 minutes left, but let's have a quick look here and let's see what it has generated for me. So if you can see, it has generated some basic steps to talk about. So it says, let's define the project goals, assess it, create implementation plan, develop the privacy policies, train our staff, monitor and review. This is very high level. If you want to have some more detailed stuff for each of this section, then as a project manager, you should click on that and you should say that suggest. So it will go to suggest some more detailed tasks to help you define your project goals. Okay. So let's see what it does for us. Right. So as you can see, it has put some more things for us as a identify key stakeholder, clear milestone, project budget, determine source, assign roles and responsibility, and timeline. Now, what about assessing security? What about that? Let's generate something for that too. And then I'm going to show you some cool stuff, how to rearrange this all and color coded them, and also help generate the summary out of it. So as you can see now, there's a different bucket. So for assessing security, I have 6 more buckets, like conduct a risk analysis, implement security protocol, train security personnel, develop emergency plan, perform regular audits, and update software system. That might not be accurate titles. It's just some of the suggestion. You always keep eye on the outcome and adjust according to your need. Now, let me show you some cool stuff. As you can see, when we started this whiteboard, there was only one option available, was just to create the content, which is suggest the idea for the content. Now, we have 2 more category of or prompt enable. One is to categorize and another is to summarize. So let's do a categorization first, right? And as soon as I click on it, you can see it has selected all those notes and allowing me to categorize all of them. So as soon as I click on them to categorize it, it's going to categorize them in a nice format. And as you can see, it has divided them in a different section, like project planning, security implementation, staff training, and ongoing monitoring. I'm going to keep this. And on top of that, I'm going to run summarize content again. And this is where the cool stuff. So think about as a project manager, you are sharing your screen and brainstorming all of this, everyone working and co-authoring on this whiteboard. They're putting their notes inside all of these sections. At the end of that whiteboarding session, after 1 or 2 hour or full day workshop, you are summarizing your whiteboard. And here you go. You have your summary and a whiteboard. And I'm going to keep this. And as you can see, this has been created as a loop component. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Microsoft Loop, but it's a loop component which has created. Please read about it. It's very cool stuff. It is it's very good for co-authoring and sharing across the teams and many other collaboration platforms. So you can use this copy component, and I can go and I can say, okay, share this with whoever I want to share with. So if I go back here and if I say messages and let's say share with Samir, there is nothing here. But if I say where it's a chat, and if I say chat with Samir, right? And if I paste that here, the loop component right? Samir should be able to see that loop component. So I'm going back to my chat window here, and I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up that loop component in my chat window, and I hope able to see what is that loop component and that whiteboard looks like. That was strange. It should be able to open up that for me. I'm going to use the same account, which I want to use, and see if that showed up, right? So as you can see now, I have a high-level summary of that whiteboard session, and I have that screenshot with me as well, what we have been discussed, right? So that was the demo for the whiteboard. Now, as we are coming towards the end of the session, I would like to have a very short quiz for you guys. I would appreciate if you can use the slido.com or your mobile phone to join this quiz using the QR code. There is only 3 questions I have listed out to test the knowledge based on what I have delivered to you today. And then there will be last word based, not a survey, but your insight, what you want to see as a as a user of the Copilot, what feature you're looking for. So I would appreciate if you can use a slido.com and a QR code to join this quiz. Are you able to join it? Okay. Thanks, Abraham. Thanks, Al. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Let's begin. So the first question, what is one key function of Copilot in Microsoft Teams? It changes the meeting background, or it schedules meeting automatically, or it summarizes the discussion and suggests follow-ups, or it sends reminder to participants. What exactly it do? This is great. So the next question, how does Copilot help with collaboration in Whiteboard? It automatically organizes sticky notes in categories. It changes the color of the whiteboard like a background itself, or it removes unwanted drawings, or it locks the board to prevent edits. What exactly do? Let's see what is the right answer. Awesome. That's exactly what it does. If you remember when we did a whiteboard, we asked to categorize it. It has categorized all those sticky notes and color coded only the sticky notes, not the background of the whiteboard. So that is really important. The next question, how does Copilot improve task management in Microsoft Planner? It auto-generates task priority based on deadlines. It sends motivational quotes. It removes overdue tasks, or it blocks unapproved changes. Exactly. It auto-generates tasks priority based on deadlines. Bingo. Good job, guys. So I see. Yeah, Ibrahim, good job. That was fastest finger first. It took 45 seconds just to answer it. Amazing. Thanks, Luis and Al and Rebecca for joining the quiz. So this is the last thing I generally ask my attendees, where what do you want to see in the Copilot as a feature or the prompt as a project manager or as a user, which can help you enhance your productivity? So if you can use any one or two words to answer that, that will be helpful. So the one I want to see it, okay, let me use a QR code and enter that so that you guys can see what I typed. But the one I want to see it, which didn't work today, is task assignment. Task assignment is one of them. Yep, I know it's only 1 hour session. So if you have any questions or anything you would like to talk about, feel free to let me know and we can talk more on that. I see someone is typing, so I'll just wait for that person to finish the typing before I move to the next slide. Okay, it looks like it's gonna, okay, I say layout, wireframe, UI generation. This is great. Yeah, thanks for that. All right, so yeah, I'm opening the floor. I would say muchas gracias to everybody. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen or I'll move back to our chat and see if you have any questions. Feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Thanks, Clara. I don't know if anyone wants to come on a video, and if you allow, I can take a screenshot so that I can have it as a memory and I can share it with all of you in the chat as well so that we can capture this moment. All right. So thank you so much and have a great day ahead.
Thank you, Samir. It's amazing the level of productivity we can achieve thanks to Copilot, and also how connected Microsoft 360 ecosystem it is. Es increíble el nivel de productividad que podemos alcanzar gracias a Copilot también, lo conectado que está el ecosistema de Microsoft 365. Así que, por favor, un aplauso que fue por parte de lo que fue Samir, lo que fue por parte de lo que fue la temática de la productividad, lo que es la productividad que podemos alcanzar, que es con Copilot. Please, I'll suggest you to give a round of applause to Samir, who talked about power productivity for project manager, exploring Copilot's capabilities.